So hello in front of my dragon altar, my brothers and sisters. My name is Tim Heijen and I'm a dragon witch. I wanted to find something that was standing on my dragon altar that I wanted to discuss, but oh my goddess, there is so much going on the dragon's altar of mine. I need just something that I forgot about. Got it. Got it. About this, my brothers and sisters. You know, I have a lot of chapters in my dragon's path, and this is actually one of them. This, I've just like a big bit of a backstory. I've always felt ashamed in front of the dragon altar because, of course, my dragon always let me know that I don't need to be embarrassed or ashamed, or that I'm actually, or we are actually one of them, of beside them. We are actually not kneeling down before gods or spirits. We are one and the same. And that is actually what I didn't accept from my dragon. And I said, of course not, because humans destroy the earth, humans destroy nature. Why should actually any of us, of humans, be equal to you? Your presence is so pure. Your presence is everything that I can actually recall to be a god. More like divine energy that a dragon has. So why should any of us have this energy that is so equal to the dragon? Well, my brothers and sisters, this actually tells it all. Whenever you were born, whenever any of us were born, you actually resembled a bit of like the dragon. When you were a fetus or any other animal or human animal, we were all starting from being the same thing. You, my brothers and sisters, were actually much more than like the dragon than you might even realize. We all start the same as a fetus. Whenever we were in the womb of our mother, we grow and grow, just the same thing like inside of an egg, just the same thing. But how we looked like was actually very draconic, very dragon-like, that you were in the womb of your mother. And where you even had a tail, where you even had these draconic-like features. Of course, later on, it starts more and more to develop as to be a human being, but actually it starts all there, all from being more like this draconic being that is inside of their egg. That is because, my brothers and sisters, that I want to share with you. In my dragon's path also, I came to realize and came to notice much more than just dragons. Of course, in the beginning, I thought it was just about dragons, dragon spirits, but there was much more to it. And one day, I was visited by a spirit that was very much divine. Whenever I was visited by this energy, I actually had the urge to kneel down before this energy. Of course, I came to understand that it's also a dragon, but it was something different than the dragon by my side, different than the guardian. And this energy was that I didn't really notice that at the moment, but it was a goddess named Tiamat. Later I came to know her name. But she actually, whenever she arrived, I could feel all the powers of the earth and all the powers of nature in itself. That I also understand that with the story of Tiamat, for example, that she laid herself down into this universe, and everything that grows, like the trees and the plants, it's still her energy. And whenever life was created, it was because of her energy. Her energy was everywhere in this world. So whenever something was born, like a little fish or things like this, it was always resembling her energy. Always her that was having new children upon this earth or even this universe. We don't know about these other planets that also contains life. We don't know, we still don't know that. But it all begins from the same thing. All from this little fetus that you were once. And that is also why we can connect so well with dragons. That is also why we have such a natural bond and desire and also a love for dragons. Whenever children are playing around with the image of the dragon, they have fun, they have imagination, they have visualization. They love the dragon so much. I came to see this in all of these religions. They do so hard their best to love their gods, their human gods, but they seem to fail all the time. If it was not for the promises that all of these religions had, they would never love gods like this. But dragons, such as Tiamat, she doesn't need that. It all comes naturally. That is because you were born just like a little dragon, and that you have more than it seems that you have draconic energies inside of yourself. That is how you begin. Like I said also later on, it starts more to develop as a human being, as one of the many creatures that lives upon this earth. And it's of course humans are the most developed energy creatures upon this world. Even though they are so much, that is also the reason why I don't like humans. Eventually they destroy the earth, and eventually also they don't really mind nature, even though in also a very natural way every human being actually loves nature, but money and power always overcomes that, always is stronger than it seems, than their natural desire for to find nature beautiful, to find a forest beautiful, to find a river or a stream beautiful. We have this natural desire to be inside of nature, to be with nature, to be with Tiamat, to be with the dragon goddess. It's not a guy in the clouds that actually says, if you don't follow me, you go to hell. No, it's actually Tiamat and the other dragon gods that are responsible for life and responsible for your life as well. But they just simply do not ask for worship. Once you can find this out yourself, that is how you can become awakened. You could become awakened because you were one of them. You were one of their children, and you still are. And that is the reason why you can be awakened as well. You have a spirit that is very old and very ancient. A spirit that lives with draconic energies. And now I am placing it back on my dragon altar. And that is why nature is so much present on my dragon altar. Because nature is really the real one that made us. And that is why all of life begins as a dragon fetus. All life begins the same thing, the same way, as a little dragon. And not only humans, all life. Everything with red blood always starts off with the same thing. That is also why I love life so much. I desire life to be as much possible present in this world. That is why I cannot eat them. That is why I cannot hunt for them. Of course, people say, my dragon says it's okay. Well, actually, Tiamat said to me, it's not okay. And that I, for example, need to respect life, that I can have a choice between dark and light, and I choose in between. And in between, I want to balance light and dark together, and not to take myself as more important than the other, because the other beings, the other creatures, also started off as a fetus of the dragon. They are also children of nature, and children of nature, that we are all one in this world. Of course, that is a bit of the wisdom of Tiamat that she actually shared. Inside of my book of Dragon Shadows, it says that that we actually share a lot with dragons. It all starts from dragons, that you were one of their children, that you started off as one of their children, and once you were born, you are still one with the dragons, still one with Tiamat and all of the other dragon gods, still one with nature, but humans are easily corrupted. So power, money, fame, things like this can easily corrupt of what you really are. Money, greed, things like this is actually the weakest point of humanity. That is also why it's that I'm so ashamed sometimes to come in front of my dragon altar with my human face, that we destroy nature, that we destroy the animals, that we destroy everything, while we actually are all the same, that we should show the wisdom of Tiamat, show the wisdom of the dragon, and actually live with honor.